Now, let's jump over to the Philippines. Let's jump over to the Philippines and see the connection between digital ID and biometric smart systems rolling together. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, launched a 400 high-definition camera command center for Pasig City. I've got this thing right here from the Philippine News Agency. We're not going to read through this. There's a lot to read. No reason to. I'll give you a rundown. The new center combines CCTV, which is closed caption TV, traffic systems, along with undisclosed monitoring programs. They say there's other programs and features there, but they don't tell us what they are. Where it gets beast-like is the next step is for them to connect this center to the National Capital Region and add an AI program that can auto-scan for vehicle classification, car counting, license plate ID, and facial recognition. So here we go. We see we've got the smart city coming alive. They've got this brand new command center here, which they're eventually going to, their plan is to connect it to a AI program that can handle all of these things of your vehicle, license plate, and facial recognition. There's your smart city. Now, where this all comes together is you take that system and add the fact that over 80 million Filipinos are enrolled in their digital ID system with the PhilSys program, which contains your biometric ID details like iris scan, fingerprint, and facial biometrics. So let's break this down because I know that's a lot of information. I want to make sure everybody understands what's going on. So, all these things require something else to run with them. So we've talked about how in order for a CBDC to come out, there has to be a digital ID with it because you can't have a CBDC attached to somebody if they don't have a digital ID to go with it. So they have to run in tandem. So the same thing goes for smart cities. You can have a smart city with cameras and biometric scans and all this stuff. But if you don't have a already created database with all that information for the AI to scan, it doesn't mean anything. So this is where the digital biometric ID database will run hand in hand with the smart city. So if they've got your biometric ID in a database and the AI is connected to that, every time it scans you in the smart city, it's going to recognize who you are. So hopefully that makes sense. They run together in that type of way. Same thing as a CBDC and a digital ID. They have to run in tandem. And so when you look at this new system that the Philippines is putting into their city, well, they've already got a digital ID with biometrics of 80 million Filipinos. So anybody who's in the city that the AI scans, they've got the database and they can track you. Hopefully that makes sense. That's probably one of the best ways I can explain it. Hopefully that all flows together with that. Now let's take a look at this PhilSys thing. Let's take a look at it. This is their digital ID biometric system that they have, their Philippine identification system. This is their government national ID, basically. So step one, go to philsys.gov.ph. And the registration center to know the active PhilSys registration centers near you. Make sure to have your supporting documents ready. That's like your driver's license, birth certificate, all that type of stuff. Step two, proceed to your preferred registration center and bring the original copy of your supporting documents, again, your ID, to have your demographic data validated and biometric information captured. And you can see right there, eye, face, and fingerprint. They want you. They want you. Step three, wait for the delivery of your PhilSys number. There's your number again. They own you. And Phil ID to your delivery address. Present your transaction slip or any valid IDs to the courier. And boom, you're in the system. And the moment that that smart city goes online, and the AI scans you, it will scan your biometric database, and it will confirm that it's you, and it will place a pinpoint of where you are at all times. See how that works? All these things have to work in tandem with each other. They all have to work in tandem with each other. That was probably one of the biggest things that I tried to make emphasis of when it came to specifically the FedNow system in the United States. First of all, it's not a CBDC system. It's the foundation operating system for a CBDC when it comes online. Second, we can't have a CBDC here unless we have a digital ID first, because otherwise there's nowhere to attach the CBDC to. Now, that would be for the retail CBDC. That's what we would be using. But as far as wholesale, what the central banks will be using, they can do that without us having a digital ID. But in order for us to use them, we have to have the digital ID. In order for a smart city to function properly, they have to have a database of digital ID along with biometric data. So everything works in tandem. Now, when you take all of these, your smart city, your digital ID, your biometric data, and your CBDC, and you have all four running online at the same time, they can track, they can watch, they can listen, and they can turn off your money and keep you away from functioning in society with all four of those things running at the same time. And that's what they're trying to do now. That's what they're trying to get online now. And eventually, all of that is going to be packed into a mark that will either go on your right hand or your forehead. But that's later. That's not now. That's later. And along with that, you're going to have to pledge your allegiance to the Antichrist. And it's going to basically change something in you, where it's going to break the bloodline, where Christ's sacrifice can't be applied to you, and you will not be able to be saved. There's a lot going on with that, and there's a lot of stuff that is now being developed now that will eventually be put into that later. But again, the most important part is if you have Jesus Christ, you're going to just pass all that up. You're not going to have to deal with that in the 70th of the week in Jacob's trouble when that comes rolling around, because we're going to be gone. We got an escape plan, and the one who's going to bolt us out of here, he's going to get us out of here, snatch us away, get us up into the sky as Jesus Christ. So that's why put your faith in Jesus Christ now before it's too late, because you don't want to be here when all of this comes online. You're really not going to want to be here for that.